guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Kamo and happy September. I mean, spring is finally here, even though when it came in with a bit of a winter feel nyana, but I mean, we're here and there's nothing that can stop us, and now more than ever, because Corona has got bad timing. 2020 needed to be our best life, but I mean, we'll maneuver right through and just like get on into it, and you know how to make great of a bad situation. That's exactly what it was trying to teach us, I'm guessing. So thank you very much for watching my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're a new watcher or you're a new person, and please do comment and do like this video if you like it. So today I actually wanted to speak about something that, you know, just wore heavy on my heart this morning, which it's things that we don't recognize, things that become triggers in our lives or are triggered by things in our lives that we don't even notice. So this morning it was extremely difficult for me to get up. I remember I was just lying in bed, and I really did not know whether I wanted to get up today. I really did not know whether I really wanted to do this thing anymore, this life thing. It's getting hard, you know, it's getting daunting to do the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you don't see results, and sometimes when you do see results, they're not enough, how we want them to be actually. So yeah, I just had to remind myself this morning. I had to just speak positively to myself, because it's very important to speak to ourselves positively. So I had to just keep saying to myself, Kamo, you can do this. Just get up. Just go about your day. You're going to have a good day. I had to keep saying, you're going to have a good day. It's not up to you to configure the whole day. All you need to do is to get up. And that's something that I wanted to share with everyone, that all you need to do is to get up. Even in the hard times, even in the sad times, all you need to do is get up. You might not know what's going to happen after you get up, but your responsibility is to wake up and go, and everything else will fall into place. It will really slot itself into place. I promise you that once you get up, you either will know exactly whether you're going back or forward. Exactly. So I also had to remind myself, because I have a board in my room where I write a whole lot of things that so I started it in January, after our January, actually during the January fast. So I have a board and I write things, inspirations, I write things that I have encountered with the Lord. So I wrote down that September, I've spoken over my September, and I'm calling it my Be Kind to Yourself month. Actually, I've also seen that a lot of YouTubers, as well as just people in general, are trying to be positive this month. So it actually goes well with everybody else. But yes, I call it Be Kind to Yourself. And I wrote 3 bullet points under it, and I called them listen more, understand more, and share more. Those are the 3 things that I am challenging myself this month to be mindful of, and you know, things that will help me to remember exactly who I am. Because if we don't recognize the triggers, we fall into depression, we fall into a trap, we fall into things that we struggle to get out of later. not to say that the people that are depressed or have anxiety have created the problem for themselves, but I'm just saying that when you can see the triggers and you can see yourself slipping, don't forget that it's okay to talk. It's okay to find someone who you can talk to find that group of people that you can chill with. Just do something that alleviates the problem before it gets too much, to bear. I understand the weight is heavy. It's hard. It's really, really, really hard to believe in yourself sometimes. It's hard to believe in the system, to believe in your purpose also. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, is that, we hear so many times that you have a purpose, get up, chase your purpose, but it's easy to say that and to think about it and say, you know what, Lord, you have a purpose. I mean, even in Jeremiah 29:11, it says the Lord, he knows the plans he has for you. And you're just like, Lord, I hear you know, but can I know? Can you let me know what your plans are? Sometimes it's so hard to understand what the plans are or the purpose is, and how to get there is the hardest, to maneuver. So I remembered that when Ruth followed Naomi, and the whole story of Naomi and Ruth, and if you don't know it, please go read it in Ruth about Naomi. So Naomi, let me just quickly sum it up for you. So Naomi's husband died, children died, and she had two daughters-in-law, and then the other one obviously went home, and then Ruth followed her and said, your people will be my people, your God will be my God. Yes, that. And she was with Naomi the whole time. So when she was when she was like working in the fields, and so obviously Boaz, we all know Boaz told them that whatever is left over, just throw them down, just so that I almost said Esther so that Ruth can pick them up. And I just had the realization that it's gleaning. It's picking up your purpose. It's picking up the things that were meant for you. You must understand that the things that were dropped weren't by mistake. They were purposefully dropped so that Ruth can pick them up. Now, Ruth could have made the decision not to pick those things up. She could have made the decision that says, I'm independent. I don't want to be that person who's going to be gleaning behind people and picking up their leftovers, because she didn't know that this is what was said. So she decided to set her stage. And that is the one thing that helps me every day, is that I'm going to allow myself to set the stage. Don't forget that it is in the moments of getting to your purpose that are important for your upgrade or your progress, because those are the things that you will remember even when you are there in your purpose and it's fulfilled, that you will remember that this is what I went through to get to this place. I appreciate it more. I will lean on it more. I will have an understanding more, because this is what I had to go through. Even Ruth, I'm sure that after she had married Boaz, she remembered exactly what she went through to get to the place that she was at. Even Boaz self remembered what he purposed and what she followed. It's like, okay, so she has that kind of character. So you basically, how do I put it? You basically find your purpose in the things that you do on the way to the purpose. It also takes me back to remembering about the Israelites, that when the Israelites were in the desert, they were following Moses. They had no idea what's going to happen. They had no idea how they're going to get to the promised land. They just knew that they were going to the promised land, and they were happy that they were going to the promised land. But then I also got to the realization that the promised land wasn't Canaan in general. The promised land was the promise of God to be with them. Cloud by day, fire by night, manna. They had food to eat, and it wasn't just enough food, it was an overflow. So you can trust in the process of getting to your purpose, that the Lord will always be there. He won't just leave you at the stage where you're starting, but He will walk with you until you get to your purpose. But also in your purpose, He will be there with you to watch you harvest and watch you thank Him and just praise Him for it. And I remember I was saying to the Lord that, Father, I honor you with my everyday. I thank you for all the good things. I thank you for all the great things. But Lord, more importantly, I thank you for now, before things get better. I thank you for the process. I thank you for the tears. I thank you for the gleaning that I'm doing now, the picking up of the little things that are taking me to my purpose, because those are the things that make me appreciate that you love me so much, that you never will leave me. Because if we could snap our fingers and we're already in our purpose, we will never understand the value. We will never understand what is the word I'm looking for? We'll never understand, just that measure in how the Lord just wants to be with you in every single moment. It also just takes me back to, Joseph. Joseph in his family, the Lord was with him. In his dreams, the Lord was with him. When he was in Potiphar's house, the Lord was with him. When he was in jail, the Lord was with him. When he was the governor of Egypt, the Lord was with him. In the good, in the bad, in the ugly, and in the very great, the Lord was with him. God does not leave us. He does not forsake us. So never feel down that you're alone, even when you feel alone. Just remember that even when you speak, He speaks back to you, because He is who you are. And that's another thing that helped me to get up and remember that, Lord, who I am is a person who can stand ground, not because I have the strength, but because I'm weak enough to acknowledge that I have this issue, but I know that you can take me through it. So another thing I wrote down, the importance of talking positive to yourself, but also the importance of writing down your stages and your goals and the things that you want. It's now time for us, in Habakkuk 2:3, it talks about how when we write our plans, plain on stone, so that person that picks it up runs with it. You can be the person who writes your own, goals or your plans on stone or on paper, and you run with it. Set the stage for your purpose. Take up every second that you have available to you and start writing down the things that you want to do. Stage 1, make phone calls. Stage 2, save up 2 rand every day. Just write the things that will get you to the next place. And every time when you look back on the stage that you've passed, you will feel so glorified that I'm actually doing it. I'm actually fulfilling my plan and my purpose. Another thing I learned about purpose is that purpose isn't only what people are just saying. Those of you that are Christian, when they prophesy you, they tell you this is what the Lord wants to do with your life, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes you dream about things and you're like, what, I think I need to be a designer, or I think I need to be a musician, this is your purpose. But purpose is the things that you do to get to the place that you need to be. It's the things in between. It's the crawling that you're doing, because sometimes we are unable to walk into our purpose. And when you're unable to walk, crawl. Just as long as you get there. That's why I started with wake up in the morning. That's the only thing you need to do. Even if you feel like you don't have the strength, wake up, take a shower, and after that, have a great breakfast. Doesn't even have to be a great breakfast. What I do in the morning is, once I've woken up, I warm water with lemon, a cucumber, which always makes me feel like, okay, I can do this. I can do this day thing now. So do something that you love to do in the morning. Even if it means it's wake up, read your word. For those of you that love to read your word, wake up, read your word. For those of you that enjoy watching a series, wake up, watch one episode. For those of you that like to exercise, wake up and exercise. Those of you that just love chatting, wake up and talk to someone. Even if it's like a 5-second call to say, oh no, good morning. I just wanted to say good morning to you. Do that one thing that you love to do. And you must understand, it doesn't have to be an everyday thing, but there are those days that you feel like you really, really need to do that thing that you love, that will inspire you and bring out your day and bring out exactly what you need to do, because sometimes we feel so low that we don't want to do anything. So those days, remember just to wake up, do that one thing that you love to do, to be inspired, and just to take on the day. And don't forget, what are your triggers? Another thing is, write down your triggers. Write down the things that trigger you, into anxiety and depression. What triggers you into feeling like you can't do it tomorrow? I really don't want to wake up this morning. Write down the triggers. Some people's triggers are watching people live their best life. Some people's triggers are just not feeling like you're at the place where you need to be. Some people's triggers are reading something that you've written a year or two ago, where you said you were going to do this in 2 years and you haven't done it, and already you feel like, oh wow, it hasn't manifested. That's why I want to go back to when I said write down your stages. I used to write down what I wanted before, until I learned, I was taught, one of my friends taught me how to not only just write down what you want, but write it down in stages. Write it down in, I want to be this, or I want to do that. Okay, now hash it out. What are the things that I need to get to that place? Write those things out, and then hash those things out. How will I do that? How will I get there? And the more you write it out, the more you are accountable for it. And then you start to set your dates. You start to say, by the end of November, I would have done 1, 2, 3. And then not only write that down, but write down what you're going to do to get to that place. I've already hashed out how the things that you go through to get to your purpose. Very important. All the good, all the bad, all the tears, all the happiness, everything that takes you right to where you need to be are the most important things that you can ever go through. And the reason why I've decided to speak on this this morning is because I've been seeing the whole let's be positive, let's do this journey thing, and I was like, it's easy for people to talk about being positive, but how do we get there? How do we find in ourselves that we have what it takes to actually even, dream big, or believe that we have what it takes to do big things in our lives? When I was younger, I was very shy. I was a very shy child. I didn't think that I had what it took to do anything. I just thought I want to grow up and just get married and I just live life. I didn't want to dream big. I didn't want to do anything because I thought that I didn't have anything special inside of me. I didn't think that I had what it took to even, what I'm doing now, in front of people, to even say something, to even share something. I just thought, no, this is for other people, not people like me. Until I got to varsity and I had to throw away that old skin. I had to remind myself that it is not for, the talks. It is for what I can look at and be proud of. And also, when you think about purpose, think about who it's going to fulfill at the end of the day, because that will help you also to maneuver into it, gracefully. How many people are going to be touched by your journey alone? Some people are called for multitudes. Some people are called for that one or two people. Even that one or two people are very, very important. They can inspire you to feel like, it was worth it. Every single day that I lived was worth it. So don't forget that. It's okay to feel down, but get up and go. Even if it means that you're doing that one thing that you love to do, do it. Even if it means you're doing that one thing you love to do the whole day, do it. But do things that make you feel like you can do it. You can sustain your whole mind around that one thing. Do it, because that's the one thing that's going to make you live. Then it's worth it. It really is worth it. But just don't forget to wake up and go. Purpose is what you make it. It's not the many, many words or the greatness at the end. It's your journey, it's your process. It's watching you turn into this amazing person and who just wants to fulfill their life in front of people, or even behind the stages. It's okay. Everybody has their own road to travel, but you're not alone. There are people that you can speak to. There are people who actually want to hear, what are your plans? How did you wake up this morning? Invest in those kind of people in your life. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, because I felt it really touched me, because for me to actually feel like that, and I haven't felt like that in a while, is tough. It's really, really, really tough to have those thoughts, just thinking about all the things that you could have done and you didn't do, and all those things. I had to put those things away and be like, today, what matters is today. My today is important. Your today is important. So don't forget to subscribe if you're a newbie, and comment. I would really, really, really like to have a discussion with you. And please do like and join me again on my next video. This was just how can we hold hands and encourage one another, especially in a time where we are slowly but surely trying to get back into the normalcy of things. You can do it. I have all the faith in you. Thank you for watching.